Hey everybody, this is Kotri here. It's been a long time since I've done a video. I apologize for that. I really wanted to get into Marvel Rivals content, but honestly, I just don't think my heart's in for content creation. I am going to, if I'm uploading videos, it's kind of mostly going to be speedruns and stuff at this point. But I did want to discuss Rogue because I do think, I've been very excited for this character. I didn't make a video when Gambit dropped because everyone was saying it. Everyone knows he's broken. But Rogue, I feel, is unfortunately not as lucky. I think she is just kind of alright. Maybe. Possibly. I think she's a really cool, fun, interesting character. I really like how her abilities work. You get your cool CC or pull there. You get the cool kick with the projectiles as a combo. She's really cool. But I have some problems with her. My biggest problem with her, which I'll just get right to. If you look in the bottom right, this video game has abilities, and those abilities have cooldowns. And when I tell you that not a single one has a cooldown under 10 seconds, aside from this, which is an okay little emergency movement tool, or if you actually manage to build up your meter there, you can do some pretty solid damage with it. But otherwise, it's still a 6-second cooldown, which to be fair, that's not very long. But when you're comparing, that's her quickest cooldown, and it's not even on anything that's terribly amazing. You be using it a lot, but that's just because it's on a cooldown, a short cooldown. It's just an attack. You might there's no reason not to use it, you know. But all of her cooldowns being that slow is genuinely detrimental because of the second point. Her survivability is not great. I will give credit where credit is due. Her block does reduce 60% damage. That's a lot. That is a lot. That is a big number. That lets you survive Iron Man. I'm 99% sure. Which is crazy. That's a very strong move. But no, this. Oh, sorry. This block is all you got. If you are running away, you gotta slowly waltz on back and pray. And then maybe you get your dash out. Maybe someone snipes you out of it and you die because you dropped your resist, whatever. The reason this is a problem with Rogue is that, I'm just not sure what she's supposed to do. She's an off-tank, but you either have to use all your movement to get in, or you waltz up with this, right? That kind of makes sense. But you want to be using these buttons in the combos and stuff. Your abilities are very important for your character. Oh shit, sorry.
Well, look who's up to no good.
Sorry, I'm gonna drink some water real quick. Oh. This is gonna be very impromptu. I'm probably not gonna edit this, so I apologize for the coughs. Where was I? Yeah. So you want to be using your abilities in combat. And when you get put on a 10-second timer, all of a sudden that means you can't run away when things go south. And I know this is like a big thing about ability management, cooldown management. I get that. But it comes to a point where there's only so much you can do, right? Your cooldown management is just, I'm gonna walk in there with my tank and hold M1 until, so I don't get to utilize. Maybe I won't need to use my abilities, you know? But I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see the way she's supposed to really impact. I think she needs better survivability. Whether that means like her block. Okay, her block probably shouldn't be like a true shield. I wouldn't be mad with like a higher reduction, maybe 80%, because she has no like healing. Most other tanks either have a straight up shield that blocks damage completely, or walls in Groot's case, or they have some sort of, well, no, yeah. Mr. Benjamin Grimm almost got my ass. Now he does give himself A, damage reduction, and B, like, what's the word? Overshields, overhealth. So yeah, there's not, unless I'm crazy, there's not another tank in the game that does this, or that has this problem. shield, healing kind of. Shield, nothing. Shield, wall, healing, shield, healing. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have any source of healing at all, unless she has the Gambit team up. I don't even know if that heals her though. Heals nearby allies. It doesn't say anything about actually healing herself though. Like I'm not crazy, none of this. Oh, sorry, my bad. Hold on. Woohoo. Oh. Okay, well that's still not great. Good, because if I'm not mistaken, as soon as you get shot, the healing stops. Let me just... But for record, let me just see how much it heals at full. You know what I'm saying? Okay, surely it can't heal like 600. Okay, so it heals like a total of 250-ish. A little bit less. That's not bad. But, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember... Oh no, okay. Why was it ending faster? Oh, maybe because I was like high already. Okay, you know what, I'll give it up. Your 30-second cooldown has a heal on it. Or sorry, 25. A 25-second cooldown. Okay. I'll give it up though. At least it is a form of healing. Not fast healing, not great healing. Overall, the numbers, I mean 300 is pretty good actually, but regardless. Still not ideal. That's not really helping you. Like, if you're trying to get out of there, I'm sorry. This is not gonna cut it. Maybe like this in combination with your grab. But if you have literally anybody, or grab, sorry, block, Jesus. If you have like multiple people focusing you down, that's not really gonna do anything. So this is only really like reliable when you're like 1v1ing, I guess. If you grab them, like you just got like consistent healing on yourself, and that's kind of cool. It's kind of like pulling Gambit card. But yeah, I think her survivability is just not great. And her lack of cooldown, like the good cooldowns, is a little scary. I don't really know where she's going to find her place in the meta. I feel like Gambit is probably going to be banned a lot, so she's not going to get use of her team up. And to make matters worse, I mean, she is an off tank, which this game does not require 2 tanks. So a lot of games are just not going to have rogue by virtue of people not playing tank. So for example, I mean, I am a tank main, I'm a Magneto main, so I have been, I'll admit that I'm not like the greatest at the game, so I'm not like high rank or anything. But you will always come across people who are going to not want to play tank, and then you are stuck with solo tank. And let's be completely honest here. Would you rather have a rogue or a Magneto, or like even a Doctor Strange? Even though he's not great, he's still better than rogue at solo tanking. But you want a shield tank as a main tank. If you're solo tanking, you probably want to be a shield. You want to be a good person for your team. But yeah. I just wanted to mention like those couple things. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I made a couple tier lists about the what's it called? The abilities for one of them. So just to kind of put into perspective how she kind of functions. I split it into 4, well technically 5 tiers. So all the characters on the bottom, they cannot get any sort of, or that she can't get any sort of ability from them. She just gets a refresh on her dash. Which is fine. I like that. I like that workaround to make her, you know, make sense. Because obviously not everybody has powers, and that's just not how Rogue works. Like, she doesn't just take tech, you know? That's not how that works. I will say I'm a little mad about Mr. Fantastic being in this category, because he definitely has powers, and I want her to have funny stretchy arms. That would be funny. Oh well. But yeah, so the only one that I think is like on a character that's hard to copy, that I don't think is that great of an ability, is the Jeff Bubbles. They do kind of whatever healing. It's just like healing over time, kind of like her Absorb. So you just get double the healing over time, which not bad, but it's, I don't know. It's only useful in the situation that like A, you caught Jeff with your grab, which probably isn't going to happen very often. And B, you're like on low HP, so it really matters. Right? And you have to like get away. That's just like a very weird scenario that probably won't happen very often. So I don't really think it's worth it, like, to even go for it, to be honest. And then there's the bad or mid abilities that are easy to copy. So I mean, Hulk is whatever. It's just his projectile that like pierces and goes through people. It does decent damage, but that's about it. Hela, I don't think Hela's like stun grab thing is that great. I think this character is barely buffed by her abilities existing. I'm not gonna lie, she's broken without them. Well, okay. Sorry, specifically that ability. I think her bird is necessary for her to be as good as she is. And the right click's like really good too. But you know, I think the grabs, whatever. The I don't know what you want to call it. The void, the black hole. Namor would be good, but you only get 1 squid, and I don't really think that's a big deal. It can be nice, you know, but like, if it's just 1 Namor squid, everybody just shoots it, and then the game life goes on forever. Like, you're never, like, I don't know. If you have 2 squids, then it's like, okay, they gotta divert their attention to both, and then that gives you a lot of time. But if it's 1 squid, doesn't matter. And it's not even like a special squid. It's just a regular squid. So if it was like an ice squid, shit, I'd be broken. Squirrel Girl. I mean, I don't think it's like bad. I think this is one of the more mid ones. I just think the jump is like whatever. It's not really helpful to Rogue as a character. It's like movement, but that's it. You know, there's better movement. If the situation is right, go for it. But it's not something you're like actively going for often. You know, Venom. I think this is stupid. As long as he doesn't have his swing on cooldown, he's easy to get. Or if his swing is on cooldown, rather. I think it's stupid that the tendrils is what they picked. Because, like, what? Why? What? I guess for, like, the slowing effect. But, like, come on. You could have given her a swing. That would have been so cool. I'm mad. Wanda. But, yeah, the tendril is, like, it's okay. It's whatever. Grab it if you must. Not necessary, though. Wanda was the... Why did I put this here? Why the fuck did I put this here? That's a good one. Why is Wanda there? That was an accident. Okay, hard to copy, good ability. Hard to copy is like, I just put all the flyers and like crazy mobile characters in here. Because like, you're probably not getting these guys. With the exception of Sue. I think Sue, if she's not like, I don't know. If you see her use her jump, she's really easy to get. But she also has like the push and the vortex, so like she's a little tricky. Plus she can kind of like dance around with her shield. Nothing too crazy because you just punch through it, but still getting the passive healing from it is nice. All that mixed together. Iron Fist, I mean, the healing is crazy. This is the ideal thing to get. This is, you know what? When he pulls up his block, this is what you go for. You grab him immediately. You see that block? Dead. Give me your healing. Spider-Man, you're not catching this guy, but I assume... Like, let me just double check here. But Spider-Man, you get his uppercut, and I think...
Well, look who's up to no oblige, Spidey.
I wonder if you could do like bop, bop. Yeah, that doesn't really work, but that would be cool. Right? You see the vision? Or what if you get like... Maybe like the dive kick into the uppercut, but you see what I mean. You see what I mean. It could be cool. You could do some combos and shit with it, for sure. Psylocke, I mean, she's really mobile and has invisibility. She's hard to catch, right? That's her whole thing. But invisibility is really good. It gives you a speed increase, and it helps you get out of scary spots. Assuming, like, you can use your other dash first, because you do want your abilities to get away anyways, so... You basically just exit the same way as Psylocke would. You just dash out, invisible. I already talked about Sue. Human Torches is kind of funny. If you can grab him, it just automatically sets the three, like a triangle of fire, which is pretty good. Nothing crazy, but pretty good. Gambit, you get the Spade deck. You get to choose either one, so you can give people anti-heal. That's broken. Or you can see, like knockback CC. Like soft CC. Which is cool. That's a really good get off me option. And then Daredevil, it's just his like little dash when blind. I think that's a pretty good ability. It also gives her the sonar vision when you absorb, so that's pretty cool. Good thing to keep in note if you want to see people through walls or whatever. Ping them and stuff. Okay, and then the easy copy, good ability. I mean, Loki and Adam, I'm just going to say them together. They're probably the best ones. These are like the two best cooldowns in the game. Technically on a shorter cooldown. It is a 25-second cooldown. But, of course, you don't get it back right away. Unless you just hunt down that Loki and or Adam, but you get the Soul Bond and the Lamp. So, both broken. Really good. I would say because it's only one lamp, no clones, maybe Adam's is better. But still really good. Magneto, you self-bubble. Broken. Goated ass ability. Luna Snow is the newly buffed freeze that goes really fast now. Very cool. Cloak and Dagger, you get, I think it's the Light Orb and the Cape of Terror. The cape, the blank, the screen. You know what I'm talking about. The blind from Cloak. Mantis is the Sleep, which is a little bit worse than Luna's. Actually, quite a bit worse than Luna's, but still really good. Magic Stepping Discs. I mean, movement. Actually, I assume you only get one. Let me double check here. Hi, Rena. I didn't actually look at this. Yeah. Oh, and you get the little... Okay, I didn't think about that. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. You just get a teleport. You just get to potentially dodge something. You get a little demon guy out. Pretty good. Groot, one of the best ones for sure. You just get the big wall. That's crazy. Strange, you just get a shield. Crazy. Thor, you get the Thor Force, the lightning mode. That shit's crazy. That's one of the better ones. I would even bump that like up there, to be honest.
Wow, fancy seeing you here.
I would also bump the Groot one like there. Wolverine, you get the damage reduction plus survivability. That is a sleeper one. Maybe like probably like up there. Because, you know, if you manage to get it, like, it's just more damage reduction on top of your damage reduction. It's pretty good. The Things is cool. He applies she applies the damage reduction to herself. And then, what was the other thing you can do? There was something else. What was it?
Rock solid.
Or is that what it is? Okay, I thought there was something else. I might be stupid. Anyways, yeah, that's just pretty good.
Well, look who's up to
No, it does have a second effect. What was the second effect? What says it on here? Oh yes, it makes you CC immune. That's it. Which is broken. CC immune is really good. Okay, just a few more. Emma, Diamond Mode, you all know. If you've played the game, you know. She just like 2 or 3 seconds of just invincibility. Not invincibility, but complete CC resist. And damage reduction. So actually, hers and Emma, like Emma and the Things are pretty much the same, actually. Which is kind of interesting. I think the reduction in... Well, no, actually. Because this is only soft CC. This is all CC. That's better. Okay, Phoenix. I think the little flame pillars. It's a decent little disrupt. Not really a stun, but a disrupt. You can catch someone's buttons, like their abilities, with that, which can be a little annoying. But that's nothing crazy. But if you're like, I mean, it's good for, like, after getting the absorb, you place it on the ground, give her a hard time getting away. It's like Oki in fighting games. Real ones, no. Okay. Blade, you pretty much just outdo him. Well, no, you probably don't outdo him, but you just get the what's the word? The self-heal. The life rip, as it were. And then Wanda, yeah, it's just the stun orb. This is just a good move. That's like one of her best moves, so. It's funny, Wanda's got like pretty good moves, but she's bad, because Lamau. Me when I have to get up close, and there's no skill ceiling. Okay, so that was the abilities, and then I did want to go over this as well. Just my matchup spread for her. I like a kind of very rushed matchup spread. I'm not gonna really go over anybody too in depth. Most people I won't really go into at all. But as a blanket statement, I think she does okay against characters that are just like M1 heavy, just like shooters. So Hawkeye, Black Widow, the hit scan shooters, because you're just like, I'm pretty sure you can't get headshot when you're doing the block, and even if you can, 60% damage reduction is crazy stuff. So that's like kind of just getting rid of like their use, Widow isn't really doing anything but shooting. Same with Hawkeye. Same with Hela. I'm not supporting the team in any way, so I think she does pretty decent into those characters. I think she does pretty decent into tanks, shield tanks specifically, as well as Groot and Thing for having their and Thor rather. Most of the tanks she actually does pretty good into. Being able to copy their abilities, most of them are pretty good. Most of them are pretty good abilities. And then I think most healers as well. The only healers I think that kind of don't care, in fact beat her, I would say the little gremlins, Jeff, Rocket, and then Ultron, because Lamau Flyer, and Gambit, because Gambit's like the most mobile guy ever. I think Emma is a terrible matchup for Rogue. Probably her worst, to be honest. It's maybe not her worst, but it's bad. She just the CC resist. You can't use your kick on her. You can't grab her if she's diamond. You can't really do the even the guard punch, because that does a little bit of knockback, but that doesn't work against her. She just shuts you down. She just grabs you and like you can't resist any of her CC. You can't resist her ult at all in any way. You can't block anything. You can't really get away from the crystal. Crystal's really scary. Yeah, it's just match made in hell. Sad face. Penny, I think, is like, this one I might just be stupid, but I think Penny Rogue is like, can't be good for Rogue. I don't know. I don't think Penny's a great character, but I do think that Rogue can't do anything about the webs or the mines at all. She can't really do anything about that. Just kind of walk at them and punch them, or let someone else deal with them.
Wow, fancy seeing you here.
I mean, the damage reduction into the nest to like eat up some mines would be kind of good, but I don't know. Still scary. Actually, that is true. You could just and then like gives you your powered up like punch thing. Okay, that could be cool, but either way, I still think it's probably not a good matchup. And then the Flyers are also bad matchups. I think Venom's not a great matchup. She doesn't get a good ability from him. He's like mobile enough to kind of stay away from her if he needs to. His survivability is just way better than hers. She is just as susceptible to stuns and stuff as he is. It's just not a great time for her. Angela as well. She's a flyer. Enough said. Moon Knight is an interesting one. I think Moon Knight. I mean, any tank that doesn't have like a shield is kind of just boned against Moon Knight. Like, it's not a fun time. This is why I play Magneto. Wasn't sure about these three at the bottom. I think they're both probably bad matchups for Rogue. Like, they probably both kind of beat her ass. And then Mr. Fantastic is just like, he's whatever. I don't know, probably even. But I think I've got everything. I guess I should mention Panther. I don't really... I mean, on one hand, it's like, I'm sure she struggles to get a hit on him, but on the other hand, it's like, he's kind of not a good character, so I don't know. She probably does fine. Sorry, buddy. Maybe next patch you'll be redesigned and a good character.
Well, look who's up to no
Alright,
good.
but either way, That was really all I wanted to talk about. Just mention a few things here. And how long is this recording? Already half an hour. Yeah, that sucks. Sorry to waste your time, guys, but nah, this is just my genuine thoughts on Rogue. I really hope she I end up being wrong. I hope she ends up being really good. Because I'm definitely going to be playing her a lot. She's a very fun character. Very cool. I think we need like a bit more lenient cooldowns and maybe a bit more damage reduction. And I think we're in a good spot. TBH. Her matchup spread would probably change quite a bit after that, to be honest with you. I think just the extra added survivability and like added ability to, you know, chase more mobile targets could be a good thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Much appreciated as always. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.